Guarded by Phillips. Bransko kicks out to Willett. Down low, the
Oh, yes!
Oh my goodness! DJ Martin with the jam! Quarter driving against Closser and Chambers. Feed Jaggers. There's Green for three! Yes! Patrick Green, 5 straight points. Duke to his former high school teammate Dayton Wishon. Wishon down low!
Oh my God! Oh, are you kidding me?
National Park Nighthawks basketball is on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Here with the coach, Coach Jason Hudnall of the National Park Nighthawk men. Coach, here we are. It all leads up to this, a big basketball week. I really don't know how you've had time to sleep with all the games and the traveling and the preparing and practice and everything, but 2 out of 3. So far, game number 3 today on the road in Camden. You've had some big wins. You've been able to rotate your personnel and get them lots of minutes this week. What are some of your expectations as we go into a huge conference showdown against SAU Tech?
Hey, you're right, Mark. It's a big one. It's a big road game. SAU Tech is, they've beaten North Ark, they've lost to Mid-South, and so they're sitting there at 1-1. We're 0-2 in conference. We get this road win, we're right back in the mix as far as the conference and the conference championship, and everybody kind of chasing after that number 1 seed for the tournament. So this is a really big win for us, our opportunity to get that here on the road. Had two big wins. Young men have played really hard, been able to play a lot of people, been able to keep fresh legs. So I'm excited to see what kind of energy and effort we have down there tonight.
Got a lot of growth from your team, especially over these past 2 games this week, really kind of coming into their own. Some of them are gaining more confidence as the season goes along. And, offensively, you can't really talk about anything but Joe Ramey. The way that he gets this offense fired up. He started the first 7 points of the game against Crowley's Ridge, and really he sets up the offense, and they kind of just come in and knock them down from there. What can you say about Joe Ramey's performance this season?
Well, I mean, Joe's been a great ambassador for Nighthawk basketball. Absolutely love him from El Dorado, Arkansas. Glad that he chose to be a Nighthawk. I was teasing with him the other night after the Crowley's game. I didn't know if he's going to let anybody else score there at the beginning. But he does a really good job. He gets out in transition. He just beats this man down the floor. And he's got so much speed and court vision. And then a lot of that also is really a tribute to the Cam Vicks and the Terry Clartys and the Rayon Cobbs and those that are getting that rebound, being able to outlet and get it up to Joe so that he can score there around the rim. And if Joe gets it close to the rim, it's going to be a finish. We have a really high confidence level in him getting the ball around the rim.
Coach, I know this is a very big game for you guys. What's 1 or 2 things that your team has to get done right in order to get this win today?
Hey, they're big. They've got a couple of 6'10s that come in there. They're going to shoot the ball. They've got the reigning region player of the year in Sheldon Stevens. So you got to find a way to. You're not going to stop him, but you got to find a way to slow him down a little bit. Hopefully, we'll be able to play enough zone that we can rotate, we can get hands up, we can disrupt shots. But the big key right there, Mark, is going to be we got to crash the glass. We've got to rebound. We can live with them hitting some threes. We can't live if they get to shoot 2 or 3 of them each possession. And so we've got to rebound. When that ball goes up, we got to have a mindset that we're going to go get it.
He's Coach Jason Hudnall, the National Park Nighthawk men. More on today's game with SAU Tech coming up next. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. Live from Southern Arkansas University Tech in Camden. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Good evening and thank you for joining us for this edition of Nighthawks basketball on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports, live worldwide at XZeroSports.com. I'm Mark Oliver. Today's broadcast brought to you by Arvest Bank, Allen Tillery Auto Group, and First Security Bank in Hot Springs. Today, the Nighthawks travel to Camden looking for a big conference victory. Winners of 2 straight. The Nighthawks enter today's action 9-6 on the season, averaging 100.7 points per game, leading the nation in a field goal percentage, 5th in the country in points per game, 5th in the country in field goals made per game, 4th in the country in free throws made per game, and 3rd in the country in rebound margin per game. They got a tough task at hand today. The SAU Tech Rockets, they're 12-10 on the season. They feature reigning NJCAA Division II Region II Player of the Year, Sheldon Stevens. The Rockets are 12-10 coming into today's action. They average 83 points per game. They shoot 44% from the field, 65% from the free throw line, and 35% from the three-point line, averaging 36.6 rebounds per game. By the numbers, National Park scores more points per game, also has a better field goal percentage and a free throw percentage. The three-point percentage is also in National Park's favor by 1. On paper, the Nighthawks statistically lead the SAU Tech Rockets this season, and this is one that the Nighthawks want to get back after losing the final game of their season last year right here in Camden. They've got revenge on their minds as they get set for the Rockets. We'll take a break, and when we're back after this, it's time for basketball here in Camden. It's Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by Arvest Bank in Hot Springs. Special thank you to Summer Godwin on camera for us this afternoon, celebrating a big Nighthawk victory for the Nighthawk women, 86-72. As we get ready for the starting lineups, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us on the broadcast today. A lot of you made the trip to Camden today. I see the Brady Woodall fan club in attendance. I see some Nighthawk softball players making the trip down here in attendance, and many, many more still filing in from Hot Springs here to cheer on their team as we get ready for the starting lineups for today's National Park Nighthawks. It'll be number 0, Cameron Vick. Number 20, Kawan Kristen. Number 5, Rayon Cobb. Number 2, Terry Clardy Jr. And rounding out the starting 5, your featured Nighthawk player of today's game, Joe Ramey. It's going to be a great basketball game here today as the SAU Tech Rockets get ready for basketball here in Camden. Like to wish a happy return to Rayon Cobb to the floor, sitting out the past couple games due to injury. Thankfully, his team didn't need him very much. Huge lopsided wins over Central Baptist College and Crowley's Ridge College earlier this week. Now they're all ready, and there he is right there, Rayon Cobb. Got a little tape on his right hand, but otherwise he's right there at midcourt, ready for today's tip-off against KJ Stewart. Here's the tip. It's controlled by Terry Clardy Jr. and the National Park Nighthawk men. National Park looking to get the scoring started early. Kawan Kristen, in and out, no good, can't get it. Rebound goes to Malik Miller. Rockets looking for the first points of the game. Sheldon Stevens up for three, can't get it. Rayon Cobb has a rebound, and here we go. 19:35 to play in the first half, no score. Cobb dribbles out over to the wing, and Kawan Kristen at the top of the key. Each team with one shot apiece. Cobb thought about a three. He's going to drive on in. Jams it in for two. What a statement to open today's game. Welcome back, Rayon Cobb, and the Nighthawks lead by 2. Rockets trailing, 19:08 to play. Long three, Mylan Lester for three. The lead goes to the Rockets, 3-2. 19 minutes remaining in the first half. A quick minute as Cameron Vick holds the rock. Vick drives in pressure, it's swatted away. Blocked by KJ Stewart. Nighthawk basketball, Joe Ramey to bring it in. Like I said, the Nighthawks really want this game. Intensity, you're going to see it. Here's Terry Clardy Jr. from the free throw line. It's partially blocked. It's out of bounds. It's SAU Tech basketball. 18:37 to play in the first half. Here comes Malik Miller. Miller guarded by Vick, trades off with Stevens. He fires for three. It's off the mark, no good. Couple of misses from beyond the arc for Sheldon Stevens. Alley-oop trying to set up Joe Ramey. They can't do it. A misconnection kicks it right back over to the Rockets. 18:17 to play here in the first. Miller to Stevens. Around the way is Lester. Mylan Lester goes to the hole. There's contact and a late foul. Rayon Cobb will pick up his first personal foul in today's contest. Coach Hudnall is not happy about the late call. Mylan Lester at the line. He has the only bucket for SAU Tech today. He's going to look to add to his team's lead here. Free throw is good. One more coming for Mylan Lester. Lester misses the second one. Rayon Cobb with the rebound. Here come the Nighthawks. Terry Clardy Jr., guarded by Sheldon Stevens. Clardy fakes it, makes it. The Nighthawks tie the game. What an effort by Clardy. Impressive. Flashy move to tie the game at 4. Miller driving at the top of the key. Here's Stevens. Nighthawks quick on number 1. 17:29 to play. Emmanuel Anderson struggling to hang on to the rock. There's a long three off the back of the rim. KJ Stewart fires in traffic. No. Anderson. The shot is too hard. Rayon Cobb with the rebound. 3 rebounds for Cobb. He'll fire for 3. A little bit too short off the front of the rim, no good. Stewart with the rebound. Here come the Rockets. Down low is Anderson. Cross court to Sheldon Stevens. Stevens. Anderson. And now it's knocked away. Ramey comes up with the loose ball. 16:45 to play. We're tied at 4. Ramey. Clardy. And now Kawan Kristen. Kristen, a fadeaway floater. Off the rim, no good. Cross-court pass, Malik Miller. Miller Looking for Anderson, the no-look pass. It's a turnover. Checking in for the Rockets, number 12, Jerome Bynum. Number 23, Jalen Mitchell. Nighthawks stay with their first five. Vic, Clardy, Cobb, Kristen, and Ramey. Pressure defense from the Rockets. Here's Kawan Kristen. 16-18 to play. Cobb on the inside. Cameron Vick fires for three. Won't get it. Rebound goes to Trayon Johnson of the Rockets. Sheldon Stevens across the timeline. 16 minutes remaining. Down low, Jalen Mitchell fires in traffic. It's good. Mitchell's first points of the ball game give the Rockets the lead, 6-4. Clardy into the front court. Scoots past a couple of defenders. Feeds Rayon Cobb. Tries to draw a collision, and he does. Rayon Cobb headed to the free throw line, shooting two. Foul is on Trayon Johnson, his first personal. Cobb with two of the team's 4 points. He can tie it if he makes them both. First free throw is good for Rayon Cobb. With 15:37 remaining in the first half, Cobb misses the second. Rocket basketball, Sheldon Stevens. Stevens across the way has Bynum, and now inside is Jalen Mitchell. Stevens from the free throw line. Still unable to connect. I believe that's 4 misses for Stevens to open tonight's ball game. Kawan Kristen pulls up. Can't knock it down. Malik Miller with the board. Miller, coast to coast. He makes it. Malik Miller's on the board for the first time tonight. It's 8-5 Rockets. Terry Clardy Jr. on the wing. Here's Cam Vick. Nighthawks looking for an opening offensively. Rayon Cobb down on the wing. Drives in, throws it to Joe Ramey. 5 on the shot clock. Cameron Vick is tripped up. There's the ball, loose ball. Malik Miller, one-on-one against Kristen. It's blocked! Blocked! Blocked by Kristen! What a play! The athleticism of Kawan Kristen to stop that bucket was nothing short of impressive. Here's a long three. Coming down, it's good. Jerome Bynum for three. The lead is 6 for SAU Tech. Across the way is Terry Clardy Jr. Nighthawks looking to stop the bleeding here early, losing the rock. It's picked up by Stevens. 14 minutes remaining in the first half. It's a 6-point lead for the Rockets. Bynum fires for three. He's done it again. Timeout on the floor. Coach Jason Hudnall wants a minute with his men. We'll take it. 13:54 to play. It's 14-5. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by Allen Tillery Auto Group in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. 13:54 to play in the first half. The Nighthawks trail 14-5. After a brief intermission by Coach Jason Hudnall, let's see if the Nighthawks can get back on track here. Pressure coming in from DeCorey Watkins of SAU Tech. Nighthawks looking to get something going offensively here. Same 5 on the floor for National Park College. Kawan Kristen. Kicked out to Clardy for 3. Too hard, won't go. Rebound, Rayon Cobb. Cobb looking to draw contact. It's swatted away. We've got a whistle. I believe we've got a personal foul. And I believe that's the second on Rayon Cobb today. No, excuse me. It's Nighthawk basketball. Inside is Kawan Kristen. Terry Clardy Jr. Jr. up in traffic. Off the rim, no good. Cobb with the board. Cobb draws the foul. So Rayon Cobb and the National Park Nighthawks will look to chip away at this deficit, starting from the charity stripe. Cobb has 3 points in today's game. He's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. First free throw. It's good. 4 points for Rayon Cobb. He has 4 of the team's 6. Still trailing by 8. Coach Hudnall getting ready to bring David Jaggers in. Cobb knocks them both down, cutting the lead in half. David Jaggers enters the fray as Joe Ramey's going to take a seat. 14-7, Rockets with the rock. 13-10 to play. DeCorey Watkins, guarded by Cameron Vick. Watkins hands it off, now down in the wing. It's Bynum. Watkins back up top. Inside, there's a collision. No foul. And down low, Bynum is going to fire from up high for 3. He does it again. Jerome Bynum is 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. He's got 9 points. 17-7, the lead is 10. Clardy to Kristen. Kristen drives in, draws a little bit of contact there. And if you're the National Park Nighthawks, this is a long basketball game. You want to make sure that you start getting those fouls racked up because they're going to matter late in this game. DeCorey Watkins picks up his 2nd personal. Here's Kawan Kristen of the Nighthawks. Vick and Jaggers up top. The Rockets swarm to the basketball. They defend very well. Inside is David Jaggers. 7 on the shot clock. Kristen for 3. He's got it. Kawan Kristen with a tray. The first of the game for the Nighthawks, and it cuts the lead to 7. 17-10. DeCorey Watkins at the top of the key. 12:02 to play in the first half. Watkins fires. Can't get it. Cobb with another board. He has 6. Kawan Kristen. Top of the key for the Nighthawks. Bounce pass has Terry Clardy Jr. Clardy in traffic. Nothing to go. David Jaggers is going to fire for 3. Can't get it. Watkins aboard. 11:38 to play at 17-10. Down low is Bynum. For 3 again. Won't get it. Clardy with the board. Terry Clardy Jr. into the front court for National Park College. Needs help. Trades off with Jaggers. Vick inside has Jaggers. David up over a man, draws contact, no foul. Kristen does. Foul is going to be on number 35, KJ Stewart. And that's going to send Kawan Kristen to the free throw line. Kristen has 3 points in today's game. First attempt from the charity stripe today. Nighthawks looking to fire back. Kristen makes the first one. Lead is down to 6. Willie Gilbert, who wears number 22, steps in for SAU Tech. Kristen, one more opportunity coming. He's going to miss it off the front of the rim. It's out of bounds. Last touched by a Rocket. It's going to go right back to National Park College. Clardy to inbound. 11:15 to play. We've got a whistle. Officials want to talk things over. Oh, they got to reset the shot clock. Inside, David Jaggers. Jaggers up over Stewart. Can't get it. Rebound picked up by Mylan Lester. Here comes Lester now. Cross-court pass to Bynum. It's errant. Out of the way. A turnover back to National Park College. Rayon Cobb will inbound. National Park readying a couple of substitutions. For the first time today, we'll see freshman Tyler Tolliver. Joe Ramey checks in as well. Vic and Clardy step out. Tolliver has had a great couple of games this week. Tuesday against Central Baptist, Thursday at Crowley's Ridge. Coach Hudnall very impressed with his point guard. Jaggers fires a laser inside. There's a reach-in foul. Foul is on Willie Gilbert of SAU Tech, his first. Foul starting to rack up. 6 for the Rockets here in the first half. Just 1 for the Nighthawks. Joe Ramey's going to bring it in. Ramey floats it up to Cobb, can't get it, misconnected. Bynum to Sheldon Stevens. Stevens up and in. First points of the ball game for Sheldon Stevens. It's 19-11. 10:42 to play. Tolliver at the top of the key. Here's Kristen. Inside, David Jaggers. Jaggers is swarmed immediately. Kristen's going to have to back it off. We've got a foul. I believe this is against SAU Tech. Fouls against number 2, Emmanuel Anderson. NPC is going to get it. Rayon Cobb at the free throw line. Cobb is 3 of 4 from the charity stripe today. This opportunity is in. And if the Nighthawks have to battle into this thing from the charity stripe, they feel very comfortable doing it. 4th in the nation in free throws made per game. 7th in the nation free throws attempted per game. They shoot 68.7%. Cobb makes them both. 7 points for Rayon Cobb, 5 from the free throw line. Here's Miller. Stevens quickly swarmed by Tyler Tolliver. 6-point lead for the Rockets. Miller driving in, down low, finesse move, it's good. 4 points for Malik Miller. Nighthawks with the rock, Kristen inside, threads the needle to Rayon Cobb, but he's got nothing he can do about it. Tolliver for 3, yes! Tyler Tolliver, a big tray, cutting the lead to 5, 21-16. 9:48 to play. Miller on the wing. Crossed away has Sheldon Stevens. Stevens floats it up in traffic, it's good. Sheldon Stevens starting to heat up a little bit. He's got 4 points here in the first half. The reigning player of the year in the NJCAA Division II, Region II. Tolliver thought about doing it again. Kristen will. Just off the mark. No good. Stewart has the rebound. 9:20 to play. 7-point lead for the Rockets. Stevens quickly swarmed by Kawan Kristen. Off the screen. Stevens looking for some room to run. Down low. Shot is partially blocked by Jaggers. There's the contact. Malik Miller is headed to the line. Foul is on Rayon Cobb. His second. Malik Miller is at the line shooting 2. Miller has 4 points in today's contest so far. First free throw is good for Miller. Jalen Mitchell into the game for SAU Tech. Terry Clardy Jr. back on the floor for NPC. Ramey, Cobb, Kristen, Tolliver, and Clardy on the floor for the Nighthawks. Miller has one more opportunity. He's going to knock it in. The lead is 9. 6 points for Malik Miller. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Tolliver and Kristen trade the rock at the top of the key. Looking for some room inside. Can't get it knocked away. And there's a reach-in foul. And I think that's number 3 on Rayon Cobb. It is. Rayon Cobb's going to have to come out with 3 fouls. Coach Hudnall looking at the bench, trying to figure out a game plan for his big man. Cobb will stay in momentarily. 8:45 to play. Miller guarded by Tolliver. Down low, a reach-in foul. That's Tolliver picking up his first personal. Fouls beginning to rack up for National Park College, trailing early 25-16. Miller out deep has Sheldon Stevens. Stevens dribbles up over 2 men, can't get it. Cobb has a board. Rayon Cobb trades off with Kawan Kristen. 8:26 to play. On the wing is Clardy. The Rockets doing an excellent job not letting anybody in down low. Cobb will draw the foul. That's all he can do. Foul is on number 20, Malik Miller. So Cobb is headed to the free throw line once again. He is 5 of 6 today. 7 points overall for the sophomore from Decatur, Georgia. First free throw is a miss. Second shot for Cobb. It's good. Nighthawks in the zone. 8:09 to play. Miller is fouled on the floor. Foul is on Kawan Kristen, his first. For the first time today, we'll see Brady Woodall check in. The Thriller from Manila hits the floor in place of Kawan Kristen. Coach very impressed with Woodall over the past week. There's a 3. Jerome Bynum knocks down his 4th tray of the game. Lead is 11. Woodall and Tolliver up top. Ramey on the wing. A quiet day for Ramey. He is still scoreless at this point in the game. Knocked away. 1-on-1. Anderson finishes for 2. Emmanuel Anderson's on the board, and the Rockets hit 30. Biggest lead of the ball game is 13. Nighthawks looking for something, anything offensively to get back into this thing. Inside, they'll turn to Joe Ramey. Ramey is on the board for the first time today. And that might be the spark they needed to get back into this thing. Stevens turns and fires for 3, can't get it. Anderson, a finesse move, he'll finish for 2. Impressive. Got his own rebound and put it right back in. Lead is 13, it's 32-19, 7 minutes to play in the first half. Nighthawks looking for a little magic here. Tolliver to Ramey. Inside, Cobb jams it in. Rayon Cobb only has 2 field goals tonight, and they are monster jams. 6:29 to play, a floater at the free throw line. Clardy with a rebound. Here come the Nighthawks. Down low, Tolliver lays it in for 2. What a connection. SAU Tech wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. 6:19 to play in the first half. It's 32-23. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. broadcast brought to you by First Security Bank in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. Would like to thank you for tuning in to today's Nighthawk broadcast on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. The Tolliver family is in attendance here in Camden today. They're cheering on Tyler Tolliver, who's done very well. 5 points here in the first, including that layup, which forced SAU Tech to call a timeout. Now a 9-point lead. The Rockets will have the rock with 6:17 to play. Here comes Malik Miller. Jerome Bynum's been excellent from beyond the arc today. Sheldon Stevens down low to Emmanuel Anderson. Down low, an easy bucket for Jalen Mitchell. He has 4 points today. Lead is 11. On the floor for the Nighthawks, Cobb, Clardy, Ramey, Woodall, and Tolliver. Cobb, up, down low. He'll draw a foul. Believe that's going to be Jerome Bynum. Rayon Cobb has done very well in that aspect in today's game. He realizes how tough it is to get open down low. He's going to make him foul him. He's going to utilize his size, utilize his skill, and go in there and make him pay for it. First free throw for Cobb is good. Cobb is 7 of 9 from the charity stripe today. Second free throw, won't get it. Tristan Evans, who wears number 15, pulls down the rebound. 5:40 to play. Miller across the line, guarded by Tolliver. Here's Stevens. Across the way is Bynum. Here's Miller. Miller drives in. Stevens fires for 3. He's got it. First tray of the game for Stevens. He has 7. 37-24. Joe Ramey finishes down low for 2. 4 points for Ramey in today's contest. 5:10 to play. Miller fires for 3. Can't get it, but there's the rebound. It's out of bounds. It'll be Nighthawk basketball. Don't forget, coming up at the Arvest Bank halftime show, we'll talk to our featured Nighthawk player of today's game, Joe Ramey. The exciting freshman from El Dorado will finally get a chance to learn more about his story. Cam Vick and Kawan Kristen are back in action for Tolliver and Woodall. Vick to Kristen. Inside is Cobb. Cobb turning, looking to make some noise. Posts up, pulls up, fighting for a shot. Can't get the rebound. It's out of bounds. And a push foul is charged to Rayon Cobb, and I think that's number 4. It is. The Nighthawks cannot afford to lose Rayon Cobb. They just can't. 4 fouls with 4:43 remaining in the first half. It's going to be an uphill battle without Cobb. Bynum on the wing, trades off with Miller up top. Vick and Kristen with the pressure at the point. Inside, a floater in traffic. Jalen Mitchell for 2. Got to give it to the Rockets. They shoot the ball very well. And they've shot the ball very well tonight. Lead is 13. Ramey turns in traffic. He fires. It's good. Ramey gaining some confidence down low in the paint. He's really the only Nighthawk outside of a Tyler Tolliver layup who's had any success down low. Miller loses the rock, stays with it. Now they're going to reset on the inside. Mitchell down low. It's in for Tristan Evans. First points of the ball game for Evans. The Rockets lead 41-28. Ramey on the inside. Floats it up. It's in. Joe Ramey heating up. 8 points for Ramey. 41-30. The lead is 11. 3:20 to play. Down on the wing, Sheldon Stevens. Back up top is Bynum. Stevens fires for 3. In and out, no good. Jaggers with the board. Nighthawks on the run. Cameron Vick. Vick for three. Off the mark, no good. Rebound reeled in by number 15, Tristan Evans. Miller drives, finishes for two. 8 points for Malik Miller. Lead back to 13. Nighthawks are hanging with them, but they like to cut into this deficit. Here's Ramey. A misconnection. Miller against Kawan Kristen. Swatted away. Ramey comes up with it. Great rebound by Terry Clardy Jr., his third. Clardy looking for the open man, got Jaggers at the post. Jaggers turns, fires in traffic, gets his own rebound. Off the glass, can't get it. Rocket basketball, Sheldon Stevens. Stevens floats it up, and Clardy's got the board. Inside, Cameron Vick, one-on-one, draws the connection. Vick goes down hard. Jerome Bynum will pick up his second personal. The good news for the Nighthawks, their best free throw shooter is standing at the line. Cameron Vick shoots 87.7% from the free throw line. That's best in the conference. It's one of the best in the nation. Vick, first one's good. First point of the game for Cameron Vick. KJ Stewart, Mylan Lester, DeCorey Watkins, all subbing in for the Rockets. 2 minutes remain. Vick hits the second one. 2 points for Cam Vick. Here comes Mylan Lester. Watkins, and now is Stevens. Long three. DeCorey Watkins. His first points of the game, they're big. 7 three-pointers this first half by the Rockets. We've got a foul on Sheldon Stevens. His first for the Rockets. Joe Ramey's at the line. His first attempt from the charity stripe. It's off the rim. Looking to cut into a 14-point deficit, 1:40 remaining. Number two is good for Ramey. Timeout on the floor, National Park College with 1:40 remaining. We'll take it with them. 46-33. The Rockets lead by 13. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by Arvest Bank in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. 1:40 remaining in the first half here in Camden. SAU Tech enjoying a 46-33 lead over your National Park Nighthawks. Coming out of the timeout, Cameron Vick, Joe Ramey, Kawan Kristen, David Jaggers, Terry Clardy Jr. on the floor for the Nighthawks. The Nighthawks have been able to keep it around this 13-point mark for the majority of the past 10 minutes. Haven't had a whole lot of luck cutting much into it, though. Here come the Rockets. DeCorey Watkins across the timeline. Sheldon Stevens and Watkins trading the rock, 1:27 to play. Off the screen, Watkins from the free throw line. Can't get it. Rebound, David Jaggers. Here come the Nighthawks. Cameron Vick into the front court. Vick needs a little bit of help. Finds David Jaggers inside as Terry Clardy Jr. threading the needle. A charge foul. Clardy's going to pick up his first personal. He's not happy with the call. Nighthawks go back on defense. 1:06 to play. Sheldon Stevens is going to bring the ball up the floor for SAU Tech. Stevens drives. Kicked out now. Stevens recovers on the wing, guarded by Joe Ramey. Across the way. 10 on the shot clock for Corey Watkins and the Rockets. Watkins drives in off the screen. Needs help. Long three with a man in his face. Won't go. Joe Ramey picks up the rock. Ramey down low. Tipped in. Count the bucket. There's a foul. Ramey headed to the line for the three-point play. He's made one free throw so far. He can cut this lead to 10 right now. Ramey knocks it in. 25 seconds left. SAU Tech can hold for the final shot of the first half. Watkins, the pressure is there from Cameron Vick. 15 seconds left. Sheldon Stevens guarded by Ramey. Pushed back to the half-court line. Stevens for three. Off the rim, 3 seconds left. Watkins draws a foul. Terry Clardy Jr. with the personal, his second. That is going to send Corey Watkins to the free throw line. It's one of those, what you would call a necessary foul for Terry Clardy. 1.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Watkins, first shot, no good. And Clardy's foul pays off. Checking into the game for the first time today, DJ Dunkmaster Martin enters the fray. Coach Hudnall just wants a little bit of size here in the next 1.5 seconds. Watkins, second attempt, good. And at the buzzer, Vick fires for three. Souvenir for the cheerleaders. That will be the end of the first half of action. As we go to the half, it's the Rockets 47, the Nighthawks 36. We're back after this with the Arvest Bank halftime report. We'll talk to our featured Nighthawk player of today's game, Joe Ramey, and first half stats coming your way next. It's National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. National Park Nighthawks basketball is on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Our featured Nighthawk player of today's game, Mr. Joe Ramey. Joe, first, welcome to Nighthawk Nation, a great addition to this team, coming all the way from El Dorado. By the way, do they have any more Joe Rameys down in El Dorado? We could use a few more of you guys. But tell me a little bit about your story. How did you end up from South Arkansas, coming all the way to Hot Springs to continue your Nighthawk career?
Well, I wanted to continue to play basketball, so I was looking for a college that was close to home, but there was a good program, so I chose this.
And you've come in and you fit really well. You gel with these guys on this team, a lot of great chemistry with a lot of guys you probably haven't played with before. And you've come in, you've certainly made a huge impact. You are the scorer for this team. You lead the team in scoring, and you look great doing it. It's very rare these days that we see less than 30 points, or really we don't really see you miss very often down low. So we've got to know what's going through your head, because some of these guys are bigger than you, Joe, but it really doesn't matter. You always find a way to make offense happen for this team.
Yes, sir. Well, I grew up on a street called Roosevelt, and I used to always play with the bigger kids, so that made me have a bigger heart and just go at everybody.
And you play a very big part of this team as well. So let's talk about today, a big matchup on hand. You guys have worked hard all week, picked up a couple of big wins, and now you take them on the road to Camden to take on SAU Tech. The Rockets got the best of this team late February a year ago. That was before Joe Ramey came to town. Tell me what you guys are working on. Tell me what you have taken from your wins this week. And ultimately, what's it going to take to go on the road and come back from Camden with a win?
Well, first off, we got to play as a team defensively. We got to come together as one. We can't just be forced, and we just got to go out there and play our game. Got to get back on defense and rebound, and we'll win.
Joe, you've had a lot of big games for the Nighthawks this year. There's no doubt about it. Are there any key games or maybe big moments that stand out? Maybe what's your favorite memory you've made with teams so far?
It would have to be the first home game, Casa Tot. I like that game. I like the energy of the gym.
Yeah, and it's been very energized since then. Joe, congratulations on the honor. Certainly good luck today. Is there anybody that you'd like to say hello to who may be watching?
My two brothers, Isaiah and Robert.
He's Joe Ramey of the National Park Nighthawk men. More on today's game coming up next. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com.
Each day in Arkansas, many athletes and coaches are overcoming the odds and accomplishing great things in their communities. Whether it's a prestigious award, excellent community service, or overcoming a personal challenge, XZero Sports wants to recognize the brightest stars in Arkansas by sharing their stories online for the world to enjoy. We call these people XZero Heroes, and we believe their stories should be shared with the world. Nominate your XZero hero today by visiting us at XZeroSports.com.
Halftime from SAU Tech in Camden. It's the Arvest Bank Halftime Report. I'm Mark Oliver. 47-36, the Rockets lead the Nighthawks. And in the first half, leading the way for the Rockets was Jerome Bynum. 12 points for SAU Tech off of 4 3-pointers. Malik Miller finishes the first half with 8 points. Sheldon Stephen adds 7. Jalen Mitchell was 6. 4 points apiece for Emmanuel Anderson, Mylan Lester, and DeCorey Watkins. And rounding out the scoring for the Rockets, Jerome Bynum with 2 points for the hosting SAU Tech Rockets. For your National Park Nighthawks, it was Joe Ramey coming alive late in the first half, 12 points for Ramey in today's game, 11 points for Rayon Cobb, 4 of those off of dunks, 7 of those off of free throws, but the big story with Rayon Cobb out with 4 fouls as we get ready to start the second half of action. So 12 for Ramey, 11 for Cobb, 5 for Tyler Tolliver, 4 for Kawan Kristen, 2 points apiece for Cameron Vick and Terry Clardy Jr. The Nighthawks were able to hang with the Rockets for the majority of the first half, but really couldn't seem to get past that 11 to 13 point spread there. They're going to look to do some personnel changes in the second half, and they're going to look to find ways to get in the paint and start crashing the glass, just like Coach Hudnall said in the pregame interview, and start chipping away at this deficit. They want this game badly. It's been circled on their calendar for a while, and they're going to do everything they can to leave here with a win, and it all starts right now. Like to thank everybody for sticking with us on the broadcast on XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Malik Miller is going to start things off for the Rockets, guarded by Cam Vick. On the floor for the Nighthawks is Cobb, Clardy, Vick, Kristen, and Ramey. Sheldon Stevens moves it over to Miller on the near wing. Stevens pulls, fires for 3, won't get it. Rebound goes to Mylan Lester of the Rockets. So they'll reset and try it again. 19:32 to play in regulation. Miller kicked out to Lester. Now bounce pass has Stevens. Stevens a floater from the paint. It was partially tipped, but it didn't matter. It went in anyway. Lead is 13 again, 49-36. Nighthawks with the ball for the first time in the second half. Vick working the middle. Needs a little help. There's Rayon Cobb. Cobb sends the offense in motion. There's Ramey up top. Over on the wing, Kawan Kristen. Kristen to Clardy. Pulling up for 3 right off the mark. Close, but not close enough for Terry Clardy Jr. 18:49 to play. Lester posts up. And now they're going to round it out to a wide open Sheldon Stevens. He'll punish him for 3. 12 points for Sheldon Stevens. Lead is 16. Nighthawks looking for their first score of the second half. Ramey to Cobb. Cobb on the inside, reach in foul. Foul is on number 20, Malik Miller, his second. Inbounding will be Ramey. He'll have Rayon Cobb up top. Cobb to Ramey. Ramey stays with it. Pulls up. Think they're going to count the bucket. Ramey's headed to the line for the and one. It's the first bucket of the second half for the Nighthawks with 18:18 to play. 14 points for Joe Ramey so far today. He'll make it 15 with this free throw if he can make it. Off the mark, no good. 52-38 Rockets. 18:13 to play. Lester guarded by Cameron Vick. Malik Miller sizing up the NPC defense. Bounce pass inside Anderson. Turns for 2. Vick trying to come the other way. Resets to Rayon Cobb up top. Thinks about a 3. Holds off. Now Joe Ramey rounding the point for NPC. Vick guarded by Lester. Needs some help from a screen. There's Cobb. Cobb from the paint. Fadeaway jumper, it's good. Rayon Cobb, 13 points in today's game. 17-18 to play. Lester for three. Off the mark. Vic has the board. Here come the Nighthawks. Down low, Terry Clardy Jr. draws the foul. I know Clardy wishes that one was going to go in, but he's going to settle for the foul. Foul's on Mylan Lester. That's his first. Clardy's at the line. It'll be his first free throw attempt of the ball game. 17-10 remaining in regulation. Clardy's free throw is good. One more coming for Terry Clardy Jr. Second shot, good. Little spin on it. Clardy has 4 points in today's game. 54-42, lead back to 12. Miller driving off the screen. Lester tries to cut inside. Fadeaway jumper, too hard. KJ Stewart turns, fires, no. And Kristen recovers the basketball. Terry Clardy Jr. loses the rock. It's picked up and coming the other way, Emmanuel Anderson, but there's an errant pass. It's out of bounds. What a big break for National Park College. Kawan Kristen is all smiles. You can't believe it. 16:35 to play. Clardy to inbound. Inside. There's a reach-in foul. They're going to get Emmanuel Anderson. Number 2 for Anderson. Miller, Bynum, Watkins, and Anderson, all with 2 fouls for SAU Tech. They've managed their fouls pretty well so far today. Here's Cobb on the inside. Cobb turns. Reach in on Miller. Oh, a travel. Cobb was looking for the foul. I was thinking that there was going to be one as well. 16:30 to play. 54-42 Rockets here in the second half. Miller drives, and there's a foul. Kawan Kristen is going to pick up the personal. Number 2 for Kristen. So Malik Miller's headed to the free throw line. He has 8 points in today's game. He is 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. First free throw is good for Miller. 9 points overall. 16-16 remaining in the ball game. Miller knocks them both down. Into double figures goes Malik Miller. Lead is 14. Nighthawks looking to stop the bleeding, kind of break this stalemate, if you will. They've played neck and neck with the Rockets. They just were down by quite a bit whenever they established themselves. Cameron Vick, wide open 3. That's the way to do it, Vick. He'll knock down the tray to make it an 11-point ball game. 56-45, 15:45 to play. Around the wing to Tristan Evans. Sheldon Stevens for 3. Oh my goodness. And there's a reason he was player of the year last year. 15 points for Stevens. Right when the Nighthawks start finding a little bit of momentum, the Rockets erase it. Vic needing a little bit of help. He'll drive on in. Coast to coast. Cameron Vick puts it up for 2. An impressive effort. 7 points for Cameron Vick as he begins to come alive. 15 minutes remain. Timeout, SAU Tech. We'll take it with him. 59-47. The Rockets lead by 12. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by Allen Tillery Auto Group in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. 14:57 remaining in the ball game. The Nighthawks trail 59-47. Coming out of the timeout, on the floor for the Nighthawks, Kristen, Clardy, Cobb, Ramey, and Vic. Malik Miller at the top of the key. Out to Stevens. Vic providing the pressure. Here's Anderson. Emmanuel Anderson out, a long three. It's good. Tristan Evans from downtown. He has 5 tonight. And now an errant pass out of bounds is going to go right back to the Rockets. Tyler Tolliver re-enters the game as Kawan Kristen will take a rest. Tolliver with 5 points in today's contest. 14:25 to play. Stevens. Kicked out to Bynum, back to Stevens. Sheldon Stevens. Across the way is Evans. And they're just trying to spread the defense thin. Rayon Cobb has a board. That's his 8th. Tolliver for 3. Just off the mark, no good. Evans has the rebound. Stevens across the floor, and now he fires for 3. He's got it. Lead is 18 for the Rockets. 13:48 to play. Ramey in traffic to Terry Clardy Jr. Clardy floats it up and in for 2. 6 points for Terry Clardy tonight. Nighthawks need a few more of those to claw back into this thing. Stevens travels. And it's going to go right back to National Park College. Comeback starts now. 13:28 remaining. DeCorey Watkins checks back in as Malik Miller will take a much-deserved rest. Nighthawks on the move. Clardy posts up. Can't get it. Ramey with the board. Ramey in traffic. It's good. 16 points for Joe Ramey. Lead is 14. Watkins takes it coast to coast. Can't get it. Ramey with the board. Down low is Tolliver to Cobb. Stevens steals it away. In pursuit is Terry Clardy Jr. He can't catch him. What a second half by Sheldon Stevens. 13 of his 20 points here in the second half. Down low is Cobb. Cobb in traffic. He'll find a way to get 2. Great effort by Rayon Cobb, who has 15. 67-53. Rockets by 14. 12:22 to play. Stevens fires. And it's saved in bounds by the Rockets. The Nighthawks were caught sleeping. Tristan Evans is going to get it in for 2. 69-53. Cobb, a laser to Ramey. Across the court. Trying to set up a big 3. Inside, they'll settle for Ramey. Ramey can't get it. Picked up by Sheldon Stevens. Behind the back to Bynum for 3. It's on the money. $15 points for Jerome Bynum, all on trays. The Nighthawks got to stop the bleeding here. Vic on the inside, going to draw a foul on the floor. Foul is on number 4, DeCorey Watkins, and that is his 3rd. Substitutions checking in. DJ Martin hits the floor. Kawan Kristen hits the floor. As Clardy and Vic take a rest. It's Ramey, Cobb, Tolliver, Martin, and Kristen. Here's Kawan Kristen now at the top of the key. Over to Ramey. Inside is Rayon Cobb. Cobb, triple team, drives in, and he'll draw a foul. We're going to get Trayon Johnson on that one. Number 2 for Johnson. Nighthawks trailing by 19. 11:20 remaining in the second half. Ramey has Tolliver. He has time. Posts up, pulls up, makes the three. His second tray of the day. Tolliver has 8. Lead is 16. Evans inside. Cobb's got to be careful. There's a whistle. Foul is on Johnson. That will be his third. Trayon Johnson's going to take a seat as Emmanuel Anderson enters the fray. 10:58 remaining. Rockets up by 16. At the line, Rayon Cobb. 1-and-1 coming up, excuse me. Cobb is 7 of 9 from the charity stripe so far. First free throw is good for Rayon Cobb. 16 points and counting for Cobb. Cobb misses the second one. Sky high for the rebound is Anderson. Here comes DeCorey Watkins and the SAU Tech Rockets. Watkins guarded by Tolliver. Bounce pass has Lester. Mylan Lester rounding it out. Ramey in pursuit. 8 on the shot clock. 10:35 to play. Lester to Evans. Down low. Long three by Bynum. He's done it again. I don't know if they can stop Jerome Bynum. 18 points on 6 trays. Kawan Christian to Cobb. It's good. 18 points for Rayon Cobb. Set up very nicely by Kawan Christian, but they still have work to do. 10:05 to play. Lead is 16. To the hole. A block by Cobb. Tolliver to Ramey. 1-on-1. Ramey to Martin. It's good. DJ Martin's on the board with a huge bucket, cutting the lead to 14. The Nighthawks have managed to stay neck and neck with the Rockets all throughout the second half. If it just weren't for the deficit they had to deal with already, this game would be a lot closer. Tristan Evans for 2. He's got 9 points overall. Back to a 16-point lead for the Rockets. 9:19 to play. Nighthawks not done yet. Kawan Christian draws the foul. That's on Bynum. That's his third. And for the Nighthawks, the sooner they can get Bynum out of this and foul trouble, the better. 6. Count them 6 trays for Bynum. I'm not sure if he's missed. Kawan Christian at the free throw line. He misses the first free throw. DJ Martin will take a seat as Terry Clardy Jr. rejoins the game. Kristen is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Second attempt coming. Missed them both. Lead is 16. 9:05 to play. Malik Miller across the timeline. Offensive foul. Charge to number 12, Bynum. That's his 4th. $8:59 to play, Clardy to Vic. Here's Tyler Tolliver to Rayon Cobb. Cobb drives in, it's good. Nighthawks can't be afraid to gamble here. Cobb putting his body on the line. He's done very well, all while playing with 4 fouls, mind you. Down low, Sheldon Stevens. It's not tipped in by Anderson, and there's the 5th foul on Cobb. That may be it for Rayon Cobb. We'll check the fouls. I've been wrong before. Free throw off the mark for Anderson. Cobb must only have 4. Second attempt for Anderson. It's out. Rayon Cobb with the rebound. That's number 9. Vic to Cobb. 8:18 to play. Here's Terry Clardy Jr. Tolliver fires for 3. Over Stevens, it's good. An impressive tray by Tolliver. He has 11. Tolliver really stepping up here tonight. Tolliver staying with his man in Miller. 7:56 to play. The lead is 11. Miller drives, kicked out. Evans a long, wide open 3. It's good. The Nighthawks cannot afford to let these guys stay open. They will punish them from beyond the arc. Substitution checking in. Jalen Mitchell for SAU Tech. Emmanuel Anderson steps out with 3 fouls. 80-66. Cameron Vick driving. There's Ramey for 3. Yes! Joe Ramey. 19 for Ramey. Nighthawks answering back blow for blow here in the second half. Just trying to get past that deficit. Miller blocked by Cobb. Here comes Joe Ramey to Cameron Vick. Vick up, draws the contact. Vick is headed to the line. The Nighthawks' best free throw shooter is headed to the charity stripe. Vick is 2 for 2 from free throw range tonight. Coach Hudnall sending all 4 of his other Nighthawks back to defend. Vick makes the first one. He doesn't have to worry about him. It's 80-72. Lead is only 8. Sheldon Stevens is fouled. I believe that was Terry Clardy Jr. That's his 3rd. The Nighthawks are not done fighting yet. 7:06 to play. Signs of life. Stevens with the 3-point play. That's his first free throw of the game. 83-72, lead back to 11 for the Rockets. Tolliver, wide open for 3. Fighting for the rebound. It's picked up by Bynum. Nighthawks want it back. 6:47 to play. Malik Miller is going to slow things down. Time is on his side. Bynum drives in, down low. Jerome Bynum has proven that he can shoot it from the paint as well as beyond the arc. Coming the other way, Vick is fouled. So Vick is headed right back to the charity stripe. Vick, it's good. David Jaggers enters the game for Rayon Cobb. On the floor, Ramey, Jaggers, Tolliver, Clardy, and here's Cameron Vick at the line. Vick makes them both. 85-74. 6:23 to play. Stevens drives, kicked out to Evans. They'll wheel it around the Miller and back to Sheldon Stevens. 13 on the shot clock, 6:13 on the game clock. Stevens out. And a long three won't go. Clardy with the board. Nighthawk rock, Cameron Vick. Vick needs a little bit of help. There's Joe Ramey. Cross court, Tolliver. And inside is David Jaggers. Jaggers to Vick for three. Yes! Vick knocks down his second tray of the game. The lead is 8. 85-77. 5:40 to play. Nighthawks battling. And an offensive foul. Sheldon Stevens with the personal, his second. Nighthawk basketball. Timeout on the floor. National Park wants a moment. We'll take it with him. 85-77. The lead is just 8. 5:33 to play. It's National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by First Security Bank in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. 5:33 remaining in action tonight. The Nighthawks are on a run. Trailing 85-77. On the floor will be Ramey, Tolliver, Vick, Clardy, and Jaggers. Coach Hudnall getting a crucial timeout to keep his young men focused on the task at hand. Tolliver fires for three. Won't get it. Partially tipped. Here come the Rockets. Miller. Up top, guarded by Tolliver. Bynum on the wing. Miller has Tolliver in his face. 10 on the shot clock. 4:52 to play. Bynum. 5 on the shot clock. He'll fire for three. A rare miss from beyond the arc for Jerome Bynum. Ramey to the hole. It's good! Count the bucket. There's a foul. "21 points for Joe Ramey. He's not done yet. He can pull his team within 5 points. They trail by as many as 19 here in the second half. Ramey misses it. 6-point lead for the Rockets. 4:30 to play. Miller to Anderson. We got a whistle. Is that a reach-in foul? Joe Ramey charged with the personal. That's his first. Only the 4th foul in the second half for the Nighthawks. They had fouls to give, I guess. 85-79, a 6-point game. Bynum on the inbound. Guarded by Tolliver, here's Malik Miller. Miller rounds the arc. Bynum on the inside. Here's Stevens. He fires for three. A man in his face. Clardy with the board. Coach Hudnall has gotten a technical foul on the other side. Happened off camera, didn't see what happened. Coach Hudnall got heated over something. I was looking at the ball and I didn't see it. So with 4:01 to play, a technical foul is going to give free throws to Sheldon Stevens. First one good. Second one, no good. Coach Hudnall in a shouting match with the official. Now he's all smiles. So this is going to be National Park basketball as we resume play. Lead is 7 with 4:01 to play. Nighthawks need to keep the momentum right here. Clardy needs help. Inside is Cameron Vick. Vick driving to the hole. It's good! Cameron Vick continues a big second half. 86-81, 3:43 to play. The National Park fans in attendance are making themselves known very audibly. Anderson, wide open for three. Won't get it. And Cobb has his 10th rebound of the game for a double-double. 3:21 to play. Here comes Ramey and the Nighthawks. Ramey to the hole. He's fouled. Count the bucket! You gotta be kidding me! And Joe Ramey with an opportunity to cut it to 2. Off the mark. Cobb, the rebound. Cobb driving, a charge foul. And that may be it for Rayon Cobb. He's out. Rayon Cobb's day is done with 3:15 remaining. If the Nighthawks are going to do it, they're going to have to do it without Rayon Cobb, but what a game he had. David Jaggers replaces Cobb, Cobb finishes with 20 points and 10 boards. One possession ball game, 3:08 to play. Anderson, it's in. This place is on fire. Vick draws contact, out of bounds. Should be Nighthawk Rock. Last touch by a Rocket. National Park basketball, Clardy will bring it in. 2:57 to play. Clardy to Ramey. Here we go. Ramey is fouled. Joe Ramey's headed to the line. No pressure, right? Two shots coming for Ramey. Trailing by 5. First one's no good. Ramey trying to compose himself. He's getting a pep talk from Tolliver, pep talk from Vick. No matter what happens in this game, at this point, the Nighthawks have battled so hard to come back. Hats off to the Hawks. Ramey misses them both. 2:45 to play. Miller. Driving, blocked. Here comes Tolliver to Clardy. Up, and Ramey saves the day for 2. A 3-point game. 2:20 to play. Miller with the rock at the top of the key, across the way. Mitchell dribbling. Jaggers with the pressure. 6 on the shot clock. Anderson to the hole, a foul. Terry Clardy Jr. has his 4th. Clock stopped at 2:03. Anderson has not hit a free throw today. He needs 1 to make it a 2-possession game. Missed it. DJ Martin checks into the game for Terry Clardy Jr., who sits with 4 fouls. It's Martin, Jaggers, Tolliver, Vick, and Ramey on the floor for NPC. Big free throw coming up for Emmanuel Anderson. Got it. It's a 4-point ball game. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Vick and Ramey trade the rock for NPC. Inside is Jaggers. Vick drives. Blocked. Coming the other way are the Rockets, Malik Miller. Sheldon Stevens is going to slow things down. Time's on his team's side. Ramey in his face. Here's the screen. Stevens drives in. Stevens to the hole. It's good. The lead is 6. Tipped. Jaggers trying to keep with it. Out of bounds. Nighthawk ball. 1:19 to play. Coach Hudnall and Coach Hargrove shouting out their orders, directing traffic for their young men here on the road. Jaggers to bring it in. Ramey turns. Fighting for the rebound. The Rockets have it. Loose ball. Bynum's got it. Stevens across the timeline. 1:03 to play. Stevens down low, up and in. Jalen Mitchell for 2. It's an 8-point game. Less than a minute to play. Tolliver from the free throw line. No, Ramey, the rebound. Yes. Ramey, they're still fighting for it. It's out of bounds. Nighthawk basketball. An 8-point ball game. 43.1 seconds left. The Nighthawks need a little bit of magic. We've seen it before. Vick for 3. Off the mark, no good. Bynum's got the board. Here come the Rockets. 36 seconds left. The Nighthawks have to foul. And Ramey does. It's not the position the Nighthawks want to be in. Playing the foul game late in the fourth quarter, in the second half, excuse me. It's the only option they've got. Sheldon Stevens is at the line. 26 points for Stevens. Ramey, the board, sending Vick on his way. The Nighthawks have to do it, and they have to do it fast. Tolliver for 3. Yes! Timeout on the floor. 26.4 seconds left. We'll hold it right here. 14 points for Tyler Tolliver off 4 trays and a bucket. A 5-point game. Nighthawks battled back. They were down by as many as 19 in this contest in the second half. A big second half from Ramey, Cobb, Vick, and Tolliver led the way. They pulled within 2 at one point. The Nighthawks have outscored the Rockets here in the second half. And now they need a turnover. Foul. Jaggers fouls. Jalen Mitchell is headed to the line for a 1-and-1. First foul on Jaggers. He had fouls to give. The Nighthawks need some free throw misses and then some big opportunities. 23.9 seconds left. Mitchell at the line. First free throw is good. That's his first free throw made today. One more coming for Mitchell, and this one's big. Can make it a 3-possession game. He does. It may just be the dagger. Let's see what the Nighthawks can draw up here with 20 seconds left. Across the way is Tolliver. Tolliver to Jaggers. Jaggers, wide open 3. Can't get it. Rebound, Miller. Tolliver will foul with 9.7 seconds left. What a battle by this National Park Nighthawks program today. Ten points on the day for Miller. He's perfect from the charity stripe, 4 for 4. He'll miss the first one. It is a double bonus. They'll have to fix the clock back to 9.7. They actually added a 1/10 of a second. 9.8. For an 8-point lead, Malik Miller doesn't have it. Jaggers to Ramey. Gonna have to do it quick. Ramey to the hole. It's up and it's blocked. Sheldon Stevens is gonna hold the rock, and the SAU Tech Rockets will escape with a win here at home. Your final score tonight, the Rockets win 95-88. We're back after this to wrap things up here from Camden. This is National Park Nighthawks basketball on XZeroSports.com. Final score tonight in Camden, 95-88. The Rockets escape with a big conference win. We're joined by the head coach of the National Park Nighthawks, Coach Jason Hudnall. Coach, that went down to the very end. Your team battled just about as hard as it could down there on the floor. And, tell us a little bit about your thoughts as we sit here falling just short tonight on the road.
Hey, it's a fun environment. We've kind of developed a pretty good little rivalry here with SAU Tech. Both of us coming in, we're the newcomers. They've got a tremendous roster. They really have some guys that can shoot the ball. Came out, we tried to zone them a lot in the first half. We thought we could stay on the boards a little better with them by doing that, and it would keep us out of foul trouble. That was our fear, and if we stayed in man for 40 minutes, we were afraid we would lose some guys early. And we did end up losing Terry and Ray, but I felt like they were able to go deep. I like the way we responded in some spots. I mean, would have been real easy there when you're down 16. Could have been real easy for us to just kind of pack it in and say, hey, it's on the road. It's tough to win on the road. They're a really good team. They're shooting the lights out. Let's just get out of here. But we hit a couple big shots, and we got a couple stops, and we got a rebound here, and we got a loose ball there, and all of a sudden you look up and, hey, it's getting close to we've cut it to single digits, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's a 5-point ball game, Mark. And so, we're frustrated with some of the places that we didn't execute well. We didn't always finish everything that we could have. We missed some free throws that normally we make. But listen, they've got to come back to the kettle. And like I just told our team when I left our locker room, hey, we got something for them when they come back to the kettle. This isn't a team that I'm afraid to play again at all. I'll take my young men against these guys again and battle with them any day of the week.
I'll tell you, SAU Tech got their money's worth out of National Park College. Looking back at the last time we played here, the last game of the season, last season, what a tremendous improvement.
Yeah, it was. Remember that last game was. It was a tight one. It was close. I mean, we battled these guys. I think every time we play them, it's just man, they're so long, Mark. They're so long. They're so athletic, and they shoot the ball so well. I don't know how many threes they were able to hit. We knew they were going to hit a lot of threes. Our goal coming in was, hey, if they hit 15 threes, they hit 15 threes, but we can't give up layups. We can't give up second chance points. And we'll have to go back in and look at the stats and watch the film and see, but I felt like we did a better job with that. We really felt like that if we could keep them under 90, that we'd have a good chance to win the ball game, and we came just a little shy of that, but I still think our game plan of what we're trying to do and how we're trying to defend them is a good one for us, and how we can do that. Really proud of how our guys battled. Tyler Tolliver came in and hit some really big three-pointers, kept us in the game and gave us a shot there at the end. Ray, I think, really had a great game tonight, really kind of was a little more aggressive offensively and allowed him to show the type of player that he is and can and will be.
Coach, tough loss on the road tonight, but back home in the kettle next week.
Hey, we got a really tough one. Anybody that's listening right now, we need as many bodies in the kettle as we can get on Tuesday night. Playing a really good Arkansas Baptist team. They're a Division I JUCO that actually just beat North Ark last week. So it's going to be all we can handle, and we're going to have to bring it for 40 minutes.
Coach, safe travels back home to Hot Springs.
Very good. Get them Hawks.
Coach Jason Hudnall, the National Park Nighthawk men, falling tonight 95-88. It's a tough night. Trailing by as many as 19 in the second half, the Nighthawks were able to battle back, cut the lead to as low as 2, and you got to give your hats off to the effort that they gave tonight. The Nighthawks were led in scoring tonight by Joe Ramey with 25 points. Rayon Cobb finishes with 20 points tonight and 10 rebounds. Cameron Vick finishes with 17 points tonight. All three of those young men leading the Nighthawks. Tyler Tolliver with 14 points tonight. 4 points for Terry Clardy Jr., 2 points for DJ Martin, 4 points for Kawan Kristen. That'll do it for this edition of Nighthawks basketball on XZero Sports. A special thank you to our sponsors, Arvest Bank, Allen Tillery Auto Group, and First Security Bank in Hot Springs. I'm Mark Oliver. Love to say a special hello to my lovely wife, the beautiful Mrs. Hannah Oliver, tuning in back home in Hot Springs with my mother-in-law, Jimmy, and my 3 wonderful children, Michael, Benjamin and River Oliver. The Nighthawk women were victorious tonight, 86-72. The Nighthawk men fell 95-88. We're back home on Tuesday in the Kettle against Arkansas Baptist. We'll see you then. I'm Mark Oliver. This is XZero Sports, the next generation of Arkansas sports. Follow our journey online, XZeroSports.com, and like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/XZero Sports. As we leave here from Camden today, this one's for the Nighthawks. We'll see you next time.